Hey, it's Ray, Chubby Ray Comics. I don't buy single issue comics. I buy trade paperbacks and I buy omnibus. And I love to talk about comics. And today I want to talk about Batman. One of my favorite subjects is talking about Batman. But I want to talk about the most controversial thing I've ever talked about, which is Zdarsky Batman and how much I hated it. We start with Failsafe. Now, there's stuff in Failsafe that I liked. For example, I liked Batman falling from the moon to Earth. If you read Failsafe, you know what I'm talking about. That was kind of cool. You know, Batman going from the moon to the Earth was cool. I liked the beginning with Tim Drake and Batman going to a party for wealthy people and Batman killing the Penguin and how that led to his own protections coming against him, including the thing I hate the most, more than anything, Zur-En-Arrh. And it also created the failsafe robot. That's what started this whole thing. I liked everything until Zur-En-Arrh and the failsafe robot. That's when I started hating Batman. But before that, I actually liked it. I thought it started really strong. And then we get Zur-En-Arrh and, and the failsafe robot. And eventually we got number 2, which was the Batman of Gotham, which in my most controversial video I ever made, I threw this book in the trash. By the way, this is proof I didn't really throw it in the trash because I have it right here. It's a hard book. It's a hard cover. It was like $40. Of course I'm not really throwing it in the trash. In fact, I've read it again to give it another shot, and I hated it as much the second time I read it as I did the first time. This is the book where Batman starts universe hopping, and he eventually has his hand cut off, and I hated this book. This book was pure garbage. This is when I decided I hated the Chip Zdarsky run of Batman. It continued on during the Gotham War, the Batman Catwoman Gotham War, which was a little better, but still I didn't like this. Didn't like it because it still had the Zur-En-Arrh. And he had the fake hand, and I hated this book by Chip Zdarsky. And then we got Joker Year One. I liked Joker Year One because it didn't dwell that much on the fake hand, and there wasn't as much Zur-En-Arrh in it. It talked about Joker's first year, which I thought was interesting. And then leading up to Batman Dark Prisons, which I actually kind of liked this one. But what I want to talk about was not how much I hated them, because I hated those 4. I hated the 4 paperbacks. I hated Failsafe, Batman of Gotham, and the Gotham War, and Joker Year One. I hated the Zur-En-Arrh. I hated the Failsafe robot, which I understood because they needed it for absolute power. I understood that, but I hated the fake hand. Hated it. Dark Prison, they did what I predicted they'd do. In the second, after my review of the second book, I said, I guarantee they're going to either make that hand thing never happen, or they're going to fix it. And they fixed it in this one. They did fix everything in Dark Prisons. But I wanted to say that Chip Zdarsky, that not all of the Batman he wrote was terrible. I found a Batman that Chip Zdarsky wrote that I think is really very, very good. It's Batman Urban Legends Volume 1. Batman Urban Legends Volume 1 is a story where Batman and Red Hood are trying to solve a street level crime. There's no universe hopping in this. There's no Zur-En-Arrh in this. There's none of that BS. It's just a grounded story with Batman and Red Hood solving a crime. I liked this a lot. I thought if Chip Zdarsky would have concentrated on just doing the stuff that Batman is most known for, street level vigilante stuff, it shows how great his run could have been. Instead, it's always going to be remembered. It's always going to be remembered for the sloppiness, the stealing of Grant Morrison, the Zur-En-Arrh, and the fake hand BS. It's always going to be known for that, and it's always going to be something that we think less of, instead of what we should think of, which is how great it could have been. If you ever read Batman Urban Legends Volume 1, read that Chip Zdarsky story. It's a very good story. And I just wanted to say that even though I dislike Zdarsky's run on Batman, not every story's bad. Now, there's another paperback that's coming out in a month or two. That should be good because it's taken place after Dark Prisons, which I liked. And we'll see how they wrap up the whole thing. And of course, Urban Legends. I highly recommend Urban Legends. This is a Chip Zdarsky Batman that you should definitely buy. I liked it. So I wanted to do something rare for me, which is recommend a Chip Zdarsky Batman book. I'm Ray. This is Chubby Ray Comics. Like, follow, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. And please let me hear your comments. I love hearing them. Maybe you love Zdarsky's run. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong, because I will fight my stance that Zdarsky's Zur-En-Arrh, the fake hand, the robot, all that stuff was garbage. And it deserved in the trash. Anyway, I'm Chubby Ray. This is Chubby Ray Comics. Have a great night.